Hi there, welcome back. So how are you feeling after that video of Be the Rainbow? I love that so much. You're given all the colors to use. Be the rainbow. Oh, wow, I don't know where that came from, but it was just beautiful. So in this video, we wanted to expand more on that and talk about, there might be many of you out there thinking, I live a perfect life. I know in every book that I write, most of them, I have a chapter at the end of my life now, right? And at the moment in my life, my parents aren't talking to me. My sister isn't talking to me. And my favorite cousin, even though you shouldn't have favorites, isn't talking to me either. So, perfect. What is perfect? To you, what is a perfect life? What does perfect life mean? Really? It's almost like that, normal thing that they talk about. What is normal? What is normal? What is a normal life? Last year in September, I went to visit my parents in South America. And I thought, it had been so many years since we'd seen each other. And every time we're on the phone, there's this energy. It wasn't flowing freely. I could feel it. There was something going on. So I thought my dad had turned 80 and my mum was 78. Well, they're not because they're a year older now. That was last year. So I went to see them, in the hope that we could find a common ground to move forward, But it seemed like almost everything I was trying to bring up to resolve, they would hold on to even more, like hold on to stronger. And so I found myself in that first week being with them that I was just apologizing for everything. I'm sorry for this and I'm sorry for that and I'm sorry for the other and I'm sorry for all of it, except for the part of being born. I'm sorry, but they didn't want to hear the sorry either. They didn't want that either, And so what came out of it, I realized, was what I have been talking to you about. Everyone is here to have their experience, right? And so the things that you've done and the things that you've said have served them in their experience as they have served you in your experience, right? My parents are serving me in my experience in every moment. What I get from that is learning detachment, not to be attached. This is their experience and I have to respect that. That it's come to the point, I honestly believed, because there's only my sister and I, there's only the two of us. They only had two girls, two children. I honestly believed that we would be the only ones that they would never cut off, because I've watched my parents cut off everybody. Since I was little, they've been offended with everybody and stopped talking to everybody that I know, right? All my aunts, or my uncles, there's always a reason why they get upset and offended and decide, you know what, we're not talking to you anymore. We're not talking to you, and we're not talking to you, and we don't want to know anything about you anymore. And there's always a reason for them to be upset with everyone, right? And I honestly thought my sister and I would be the only ones that, they would draw the line, surely, that we would never be cut off, that they would always talk to us, that we would be, in the circle of trust, I guess. Reminds me of that movie, The Fockers. So, Meet the Fockers. Remember, that was funny, with the circle of trust. So, I honestly thought we'd always be the two that were allowed into that circle of trust and would never be kicked out. But I was wrong. So, I spent this whole time apologizing for this and apologizing for that, and got to the end of the first week realizing, hang on a minute, they don't want my apology. They don't want any of it. All they want is to kick me out of this circle of trust and to be at peace that I'm not in it anymore. That's one more person that's been excluded from their circle. So this is their reality. Like I said, as a child, I've been watching them do this, watching with curiosity. Why are we not talking to them now? And why aren't we talking to them? And what happened that we're not talking to them? And all the time, I'd always be like, what happened? And because we were the kids and they were the grown-ups, they never shared their wisdom with us of why we're not talking to them now and why we're not talking to them. And my mum's sister overseas, I was talking to her recently, and she doesn't even know why my mum's not talking to her. But she hasn't spoken to her in about 10 years. And so I was like, what is going on? So there it is, we create our own reality. This is the truth of it. So if we focus enough on there's no one that's good enough out there, and they're always going to do something. Everyone, even the people that are closest to us are going to do something that we can't forgive, that will be unforgivable, and we'll have to kick them out of our lives. We don't want anything to do with them. This is their reality. And there's so many people that live like this. That 1 minute they're fine with family, with friends, with whatever, and then the next minute they're offended and don't want anything to do with them anymore. And that's their reality. Do you see? Reality, reality, reality. These people are all having their own little realities. It's like having their own little TV show of their own personal lives. Each one of them has their own personal TV show. And so, what you need to understand is that sometimes, even if you have the best intentions to make amends, to do the right thing, to do all that, going on about all that, if you want to do the right thing, to apologize and all of that, it doesn't mean that it's going to be okay with that other person, because they've got their own thing going on. They've got their own experience that they're, it's like a horse with those, when they put those things on, they can't see to the sides. They're just going in this direction and they don't want to see anything else. That's what they're hell-bent on seeing. You are serving that experience in every moment, no matter what you do. And they are serving you in every moment. So this video was about me sharing with you my perfect life. That's not so perfect. But what is perfect, or what is normal, for example? Another thing, most have the idea that a happily married couple sleep in the same bed. I don't do that. Does that mean I'm unhappy with my partner? Does that mean I don't love my partner? We have all these things out there that say this is the way it's supposed to look. This is the way it is. But what if none of it is? What if none of it is? My parents sleep together. Are they happy? I don't know. They don't seem happy. If they're offended with everyone and upset with everyone, how can you be happy? Are they in love with each other? Yes, they love each other very much so. They are like each other's world, if you know what I mean. But just because I don't sleep in the same bed as my husband doesn't mean that I love him any less. There's reasons for my insanity, so to speak. I, from quite young, as far back as I can remember, I'm a very light sleeper, super light sleeper. But I need my sleep. Otherwise, I wake up the next day and I just can't function. And to me, everything wakes me up. Everything. It's just the way it is. So I need to have my own separate space to sleep. I need it, or I just don't get the rest I need. Does that mean I don't love my husband because I don't sleep in the same bed? Well, that's up to you. You decide what you want to decide. I know within my heart what the truth is. And to me, it doesn't make a difference. I don't need to be in the same bed to love him more or to love him less. So this is my perfect life. But when was it? 12 years ago, my beautiful daughter was born, and I had an incredible awakening. And from that day to this day, I wouldn't change a thing. Not one. When she was born, I was sleeping in the same bed as my husband because of all the expectations that when you're with a partner, you sleep in the same bed. Blah, blah, blah. Even if you don't get any sleep and you wake up cranky every morning. But as you begin to wake up, you realize that none of that matters. None of that matters. Doesn't make any difference. So today I put it to you, what is a perfect life? What is normal for you? Is normal having your parents loving you and talking to you all the time? Is normal, having a loving relationship with your partner and sleeping in the same bed every night? What is normal? What is perfect? And what does it matter if you make choices and you are happy every day? And none of it looks like what everyone else is doing. And so much of it, my beautiful beings, so much of it is out of your control. Like my parents, there's nothing I can do. They are living that experience, that reality. And no matter how much I tried to give them my love while I was there and make them see that I was sorry and that all I wanted was for them to be happy. And maybe this is what makes them happy. This small circle, that's all they have to concentrate on. Them and my sister. Maybe that is joy to them. It doesn't matter. It's not something that I can do anything about. They've already made their decision. So what do you do when that happens? What do you do? We're taught to surrender. It's a moment where you can learn to surrender. It's out of your hands. Even when you do everything you possibly can to give your love to others, to show them how much you love them. Some things are just not for you. They're not meant to be for you. So, my beautiful beings, share with me in your comments today. What craziness have you been going through? Let me know about your perfect life now that I've shared my perfect life with you. What crazy stuff are you doing that you think, oh no, no one else is doing that? Or, normal people don't do that. I'd love to know, just for fun today. Let's have some fun with it. Life is not about perfect or normal. That's not what we're here for. When you remember that, it'll all make sense. Yeah, it's easier to let go of things. It's easier to surrender. And when you think about it, just as the divine has me and supports me and protects me. The divine does the same for everyone. So why is it my job? Why do I need to get in the way of that? You know? Allow others to have their experience and just bless. If you're not part of it, just bless. You're not meant to be part of it. What is for you is for you. And you'll know, don't you worry. What is meant for you, you will definitely know. So you don't need to be chasing. You don't need to be trying to help others or heal others or fix others or show others how much you love them so they'll feel loved, so they'll know what love is. The divine is already there doing that in every moment for all of us. We are being loved in every moment, whether we know it or not. Everything is loving us, back to us. All right, my beautiful darlings. So, love is loving love in every moment. That's all that's ever happening. And to me, you know, I see it as a blessing, because for the longest time, all I ever wanted was to know that my mother loved me. That's all I ever wanted. And to go there to South America, to make the effort, to go do this trip and to be rejected one more time, for me was the realization that the love, again, the love I'm looking for is not out there in another person. I am the love, and everything is love. I don't need to be receiving it from outside of me. Do you see the difference? When we're yearning for this love from a parent, we strive to receive that love from that parent, we're saying that love is out there. It's outside of us. We're trying to get this love from outside of us. You know, I came back from that trip, and for 2 weeks I was so sad. And then I realized that sadness wasn't mine. I was feeling their intense sadness of life, of how life doesn't support them, of how people let them down all the time. And I was just serving them. I was the next one to help serve that experience. But after I got over that, you know, in the months following, there was a deeper love for myself, a deeper connection within myself, that the love's not out there. Love is in everything. Love is everything. But the love that you're yearning for in your heart is not out there in someone else or in something else. It never was. It was you all along. It was me all along. I am the love. And it was my love that I've been yearning for. My acceptance, my approval, just me. All right, my darlings, you are all you are yearning for. You, your love, your own acceptance, your own approval. You. The moment you give that to yourself, freedom. All right, my darlings, I love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. And you are the love you are looking for. You are perfect just as you are. You are normal just as you are. whatever your normal looks like. Right, my darlings. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.